Hey, Pop Culture Pals, I'm here with part 2 of my teen magazine haul. The original one I had up already was 1977. We're going to look at another 1977 in a minute, but we also have some torn out clippings, clippings, that are centered on Rick Springfield. So this is a little bit later on. I think Rick Springfield, we're talking about 80s, right? Let's see if we can find a date as we go along. So where are my Rick Springfield fans? Raise your hand, say hello, tell me what you loved him in, what his favorite song was. Another teen idol who was really big as a singer, probably at one stage of his career, much more known for his singing career. I believe he was a soap star before that. But here we go, Rick Springfield. And so just, again, clippings. Not quite sure what that face is he's making there, but... Oh, yeah, because look, we got John Schneider. So, yeah, we're definitely heading into Dukes of Hazzard era. Now, I remember this Whatnot person that I bought these from had several teen magazine issues that were more Dukes of Hazzard era covers, and the other fangirl bought those. So I leaned in a little more heavily to the 70s. But he was going to throw these out. He was like, it's just a bunch of ripped out pages. Who wants these? I'm like, me. Nice Rick Springfield photo there. Oh, that's nice. Look at this. That face. Look at that face. He's adorable. And who we got here? Denise Miller and Nancy McKeon. Facts of Life. I don't know what Denise Miller's from. My other Rick. Definitely heavy on the Rick. Oh, here we go. Look. There's John Schneider, Dukes of Hazzard. I was a huge Dukes of Hazzard fan. I would alternate, too, between my love of John Schneider and Tom Wopat. Well, I should say between Luke or Bo. I really did enjoy continuously watching John Schneider on Smallville and other things. And I enjoyed his music. Both, again, two actors that were both singers. Both John Schneider and Tom Wopat both had music careers. Schneider was more of a country music star, had a couple of hits. Tom Wopat leaned, I think he did some country, but I also feel like he was known for some Broadway stuff. I don't know that I've ever listened to his music. I did have a lot of John's cassettes because we were in cassette era at this point. We've got some little tiny cutouts here. Oh my, is he really in a pink outfit? Are we in Miami Vice territory here? You're close to me, Michael. Okay, this looks like the same kid. If you watch my other one, this is the same kid. I keep thinking I'm mixing up with the other. I don't even know. Okay, that's not. Let's open it up and see what we got here. Oh, I recognize these kids. I recognize this guy especially, and I don't know who they are. What's it say? Oh, Matthew and Patrick Labordeaux. I'm probably saying that wrong. They were, yeah, brother team. I don't know again from what. He's more familiar. I feel like he's from some 80s movies. Styx. Tommy Shaw. Hey, and if you see something in here you'd like to have separated, like if you happen to be a big Styx fan and would really love to have this poster separate, or a fan of the Labordeaux brothers, let me know. I will separate it out for you on eBay. Face up to Matt Dillon. Oh, here's the Labordeaux brothers again. Matthew and Paul. Trying to see what were in. It's not mentioning anything that they were in. I think they were in different shows. This also looks like a sort of 80s Brat Packy wannabe group. I don't know any of these people. Tom Selleck, 16's Incredible Hulk. Not Hulk. Magnum P.I. And as much as I do like Tom Selleck, I was not ever a Magnum P.I. fan. Here's these guys too. Ooh, Kiss magazine. Wow, this is a lot of the Labordeaux brothers. I might separate this out on them. I wonder if is there a fandom, collectible fandom for them? I'll have to look online. You can look like Brooke. Brooke Shields was quite the fashion plate at the time. Here she is looking at a lot of different things. Oh gosh, okay, we've got Brooke, more Brooke, more Brooke. I met Brooke Shields. Wow, you don't look too happy about the fact that you met Brooke Shields. Could put a smile on. I guess again, just with that. Was that Leo Sayer? Is it? I know a song by him on Can't Get It. Oh, that's a quite sweet young picture of Brooke Shields. Okay, this is going to drive me crazy. This is this same kid again, or the one I keep thinking, if I don't find something, it tells me what he's from. This is driving me nuts. More Brooke Shields. So this isn't all just Rick Springfield. Obviously, this was also a bunch of Brooke Shields clips. And it kills me because, again, this person had, I'm sure, tons of this. If this wasn't the only envelope of clippings they had, I'm sure they had tons. And they didn't find it while I was on that Whatnot auction. But again, this guy's probably run 5 other auctions since. And who knows what happened to all this stuff. It just kills me that I can't get it all. John Schneider. And here, endless love scenes with Brooke Shields movie. Martin Hewitt. Chris Rich and Richard Beacons. Broadway Babes from Soap Stars. More Brooke Shields. Nancy McKeon, Tom Selleck. Oh, Leif Garrett popped back in there again. More Brooke. Yeah, lots of Brooke. Okay, so we're going to separate out. Brooke Shields will get her own little clipping. Michael Damian, who, again, I want to say was a soap star. Maybe. More Brooke. More Brooke. Peter Barton. Okay, he's the guy I was mixing it up with. Peter Barton was the Powers of Matthew Powers, something like that. Oh, come on. Help me out, guys. Yeah. More Brooke. And some Olivia Newton-John. Look how lovely. Brooke and Olivia's hair secrets. Getting up close TV's daytime lovable new star. Alan Fawcett. He looks very familiar, not from the soaps, because I didn't used to watch the soap, but I feel like he was in a lot of like TV, again, probably of the 70s or 80s television. I want to say, like, I feel like Night Gallery or stuff like that. I feel like I've seen him in. More Michael Damian. And then we're back to Rick Springfield. And back to Rick Springfield. And yes. And now we're going to move into our other Tiger Beat. This is another 1977. This is October 77 Tiger Beat. So we're going to go back again. Again, I feel like this, I didn't find a date on any of this, but right, it's 80s, right? Because of Dukes of Hazzard and Rick Springfield. I think that's all early 80s. So a couple good 3 to 5 years after this magazine. Sean, the special ring he wears. Who gave it to him and what does it mean? Yeah, I thought the ring, actually, was a big deal that Sean used to wear, belonged to his father. Or it was a ring made by his father. I had read that it actually was his father's ring. After he passed, he wore it. He wore it all the time. So, Bay City Rollers, more Bay City Rollers. There's that Agree shampoo again, which, despite all the advertising, didn't last. Parker's new girlfriends. Who are they? They are actually, again, we're confusing television with reality. Oh, no, they're not. Don't feel sad. Parker's new girlfriends exist only on TV. So, yes, this is Lisa Ilbacher. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, who played Kelly in the Hardy Boys. I actually really liked her. They didn't use her much. I think maybe only in the first season. But I always liked her as an actress. She's in a lot of things in the era, her and her sister. Oh, we're back with Leif Garrett again in Mexico. Oh, my gosh. Captain Cool and the Kongs. Do you remember this? This was one of those Sid and Marty Krofft Saturday morning live action things. They were a band. This Michael Lembeck, who was the lead, actually was a very big actor later. You might know him from One Day at a Time and a bunch of other things. I think he eventually became a big director or producer, maybe a TV director. But wow, I have not heard this in a long time. They were kind of from that like Banana Splits generation. They were trying to do rock and roll on kids, Saturday morning television for kids. Wow, very sort of Sergeant Peppery in their look. Amazing. Farah again. Questions and answers. Oh, wait, we got Linda Blair again. This is my husband's favorite, in case you didn't see the other video. Linda Blair long ago decided she would give herself a 12-month leave of absence in the year 1977, and apparently she wasn't kidding. She is set to retire very shortly in order to devote herself full-time to her first love, horseback riding. Linda is a serious national class horsewoman, and at age 18, this is the last season she's eligible for junior ranks. All along, she's worked in show business to support her riding habit, says Linda. I've worked 12 years and deserve it. And if you don't know, Linda Blair has, for the last, again, 15 or 20 years, run a sanctuary for, I don't know if it's for all animals or it's just for dogs, but she has a ranch out in the unincorporated Los Angeles sort of area, where she takes in animals of all kinds, I think. I don't know. I'm probably wrong about that. Again, think it's dogs. But anyway, that's what she's been doing for years. She runs, a lot of times she'll pop up on social media, again, to raise money. It's called Linda Blair World Heart Foundation, and she does a lot of things to support animals, which has got to be a lot of money. Donnie and Marie, we got some Bay City Rollers. Paul Schaefer. Greg Ev again. Here's that one we haven't seen before. BJ and the Bear. Okay, do you remember that one? Trucker with a monkey best friend. BJ McKay, and this is my best friend, Bear. It's scary that I actually remember these TV themes. I remember that being kind of fun. I couldn't... That's another show that hasn't popped up anywhere. Has anyone ever repeated? Where's BJ and the Bear? These famous glow-in necklaces. Nancy Drew, past and present. Hey, this is kind of fun. This is a look at the various incarnations of Nancy Drew. Well, two of them. The old Nancy Drew movies that go back to the 30s and 40s. And then modern Nancy Drew, played by Pamela Sue Martin. Fun. Oh, Eric, I Can't Quit. Bay City Rollers. The bare feet thing. They were big on bare feet, as I recall, too. They had those crazy socks, or they had bare feet in their pictures. Tatum O'Neal. Rodney Allen Rippey. Oh, my gosh. He did a commercial on television for something and became a huge star. Commercials for Jack in the Box hamburgers. But see, it has to be something else because they didn't have Jack in the Box on the East Coast where I grew up. So he did some other big commercials, and yeah, he became hugely popular. Little Peter Frampton, Music Box Hall Notes. Girl to Girl by Marie Osmond. The book, the one book you've been waiting for. I'm sorry, Marie, I love you, but I was not waiting for that book. This, Glacier and Soul, the unauthorized biography, that I was waiting for, and that I probably did buy. Tiger Beat Classified. Some more gossip. There's those Keane brothers again. Come on, does anybody remember these guys? Did they ever, make records? Do they still exist? What happened to these two? The Keane brothers. We got some Happy Days. David Soul, who said to be getting $40,000 per episode on Starsky and Hutch this year, was so mobbed by fans when he returned to Los Angeles from a London trip, police had to be called to get him through the crowds. Not only is his TV series popular, but his record career took off in a big, big way. And I don't know if we talked about that since we were talking about Singing Stars. I'm a very big fan of David Soul's music career. I, again, had all of his albums. I really enjoy his singing. I think that if his singing career had taken off earlier, he probably never would have gone into acting. Although I love him as an actor too. Again, Salem Slot, excellent. and again, I wouldn't have given up Starsky and Hutch for anything, but I did own all of his records, played them to death. Oh, we're back. Here's Halloween with Sean Cassidy, his friend again, telling you all about Sean's life behind his back. The Ruby News puzzle page, I have no idea what that is. Oh, James McNichol looking all pouty and tough. Sean Cassidy. The Keens again. Here they are. Who are these kids? Come on. Oh, no. Look. We cut Sean Cassidy poster. How could they? Although, seriously, you had to put the staple down the middle of his face. What a dumb idea was that. Rotate your posters, please, like usual. Face up here so the staples go through the body, not through the middle of the face. Willie Ames. Oh, a lot of more cutouts. I'd like to cut this. Thank heavens. Oh, for little girls and little boys. Okay, that's kind of inappropriate. But I get what they were going for, was baby pictures of famous stars, which is kind of fun. But, yeah, title should be changed. And how come Pamela Sue Martin, we don't have her baby picture? We're just going to, why is she in the article if we don't have her baby picture? Donnie, Valerie Bertinelli, what a cute little baby. Robbie Benson, Ronnie Howard, Henry Winkler. And here's these grays. We talked about these in the last video. These old t-shirt, iron-on t-shirts. Amazing, amazing. More Robbie Benson. More Bay City Rollers. More Truth from Sean and Parker. Keep it right on not believing. It's not true. I do like this picture. Again, I know it's harder for you to see. This is a Hardy Boy shot with Edmund Gilbert, who plays her dad on the show. It says they learned a lot from him. I love him in the show. I wish they'd actually given him more to do. I know that it was, you know, their show, and he was the dad, and he does, you know, the further they get into the show, the less we see of him, but I quite liked him in the show. Oh, what's this? Wait, this has to do with stunts. Near accident, the handbrake on a car parked at the top of the hill slipped and was coming straight toward Parker. Luckily, a crew member saw the car in motion, jumped in, and slammed on the brakes in time. In the scene where Sean is supposed to fall into the ocean, he accidentally slipped and really fell. A trained lifeguard was on duty in case that happened and was able to save him. That you weren't almost killed while filming a stunt. We've had a few close calls. We were filming an underwater scene together in a glass-lined tank, and the heat from a high-intensity lamp outside the tank cracked the glass, and the water began pouring out. We managed to get out of the tank before the water made contact with the light cord. We could have been electrocuted. Wow. Okay, that's scary. Ugh. Okay. Chart up with the Charlie's Angels. Little fun things you can get here. Wait, what is this? Donnie and Marie candles? Okay, would anyone burn those? Like, that's horrible. Why would you make candles that look like people? 7 Leaves. Which one do you love? Sorry, none of them. You guys are you're so mean to Leaf Garrett. And again, I have nothing against Leaf Garrett. I don't really. Just wasn't anybody on my radar at the time. Three's a Charm. Was they looking at adding? Oh, the 3rd season. Yeah, it's a shame that's cut up. Don't know why they cut that out. I met Sean. Yes, it can happen. Hey, I met Sean, so it does happen. I decided to take the Universal Studios tour. It's the same place Hardy Boy is filmed. We got on the tram that took us on the tour and asked one of the guards where Sean and Parker's dressing room was. He said he didn't know because it was his first day on the job. He probably did know but couldn't tell us. Yeah, what do you think? At one part of the tour, the guide announced the Hardy Boys are filming on the back lot. And I scrambled through my purse for the camera. Even though I didn't see Sean or Parker, I got a picture of the area. It wasn't until the tour ended when Lisa, who I guess was her friend, and I were buying lunch that I realized I'd lost my wallet. I probably dropped it when taking the camera out of my purse. The guard took us closer to the back lot. I saw a lot of people eating lunch with the cast and crew of the Hardy Boys. I glanced around quickly, and there was Sean drinking from a carton of chocolate milk. Amazing. When he saw me, he looked confused. He must have wondered what we were doing there since we weren't employees. I smiled at him. In the same instant, I saw Parker a little ways off unwrapping an ice cream bar. Oh my gosh. He looked so handsome. A crew member began talking to Sean, and we went over to Parker and asked if he'd seen my wallet, and he was really concerned and pointed out a couple of people to ask about it. We asked for an autograph, and he even posed with a picture of him. Then the producer called back to work, and they had to go. They both said, "See you later," and waved, and I really had the feeling they meant it. We didn't find my wallet, but we did find Sean and Parker. Okay. Well, I guess that's better than the wallet. I hope she didn't have a lot of things in the wallet. Oh, funny. Oh, here's that Lenny Bari again. I don't know what he was from. Secrets of Parker Stevenson. More telling tales about John Travolta. ABCs of Star Wars. O is for Obi-Wan Kenobi, who you love from start to finish, and whom you think you're going to name your cat after. Okay, probably a lot of people did that. V is for Vader, as in Lord Darth Vader, who had a sexy voice, even for a villain. Kind of fun. Kiss, Bay City Rollers, Meet the New Guys on TV. Gabriel Melgar, Chico and the Man, Greg Harrison, Logan's Run, Rick Moses, Daniel Boone, Patrick Duffy, Man from Atlantis, Christopher St. John, San Pedro Beach Bums, more, all a bunch of San Pedro Beach Bums. Eric Estrada, Chips. Or Leif Garrett, Telling It All. There's that Clark Brandon again. Drives me nuts. I swear, he and that Matthew Powers guy are the same guy. Alive is Coming, whatever that means. Pamela Sue Martin. That's kind of an odd photo of her, too. Her eyes don't look all that sharp. Something happening. Donnie Marie. Meow. I started the month out just right with a visit to Sean Cassidy and Parker Stevenson on the set of The Hardy Boys. As usual, the show was behind schedule. All the night work they have to do slows them up. Sean said that he and Parker usually work from 3 in the afternoon until 3 in the morning. The day I was there, he was hoping to get off by 7:30 because he had a recording session that evening. Who would interview at 1 in the morning, I asked. Well, Sean told me he does interviews and likes his fans to be able to read about him, so he wants to do interviews, and the only free time he has is early in the morning. There's Captain Cool again. Fun. Oh, so Debbie Klinger, who was one of the Captain Cool bunch, was actually on Hardy Boys as well, playing a singer. And here we go, Tiger Beat finishing up. It was Parker Stevenson on a horse there. He's horseback riding is one of his favorites. Oh, he and Linda Blair could get together. Darth Vader out on Hollywood Boulevard, it looks like. Oh, Paul Glazer with Elizabeth Mayer, his wife. Oh, Elizabeth. Mackenzie Phillips. And then, why do they always finish with Bay City Rollers? Like, they're always the last page. Oh, they didn't get the back this time, though. That was Leif Garrett. We're going to go real fast instead of doing another one. This is an all Hardy Boys issue. Well, Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew. What the heck is happening here? Sean's got some magic up his sleeves. Okay, that's an outfit. Ooh, Parker's ex-girlfriend tells it all. You know that Parker Stevenson was married to Kirstie Alley for a long time. Well, I don't know how long, but they were kind of a notorious couple. Sean sings his way into his heart. Okay, this look. Sean, I love you, but no. Parker Stevenson is a movie star. This is the movie Lifeguard, which is kind of a fun movie with Sam Elliott. I do love Sam Elliott. And so I do remember this. And funny because it led, well, I don't know if it led to, but then Parker Stevenson went on to do Baywatch. Did you know that? Parker Stevenson was one of the first season stars of Baywatch. The pilot, Panic on Malibu Pier, I think it's called. Amazing. You got to check it out. It's so much fun. It's so crazy and over the top. It's terrific. Here, I'm going to ask my husband who's walking in. Madchen, how do you say it? Machen Amick? He's not answering me. The girl, there's a young psycho girl who's fallen in love with Parker Stevenson because he rescues her. You know, he's a lifeguard. And it's Madchen Amick, whose name I'm probably saying wrong, from Twin Peaks. She's amazing in it. She's so much fun. You got to watch that if you can find it. Anyway, here's some old Sean Cassidy photos when they were kids. This is really sweet, again, with his whole family. Pamela Sue Martin. Again, not the most becoming picture of Sean. And come on, like, this is Hardy Boys era. You have so many pictures of him. Why are you using these weird pictures? This was a very popular photo. All three of these were photos that were used a lot. Lacey Elbacher that we were just talking about. Sean goes to a very special wedding. Oh, when his brother David got married to Kay Lenz. Oh. And he was best man. And I don't think that's actually a picture from the wedding, but maybe. Oh, we're going to Pamela Sue Martin's Beverly Hills home again. Oh, look what's stuck in here. Cool. Hardy Boys. TV once more with Screaming. Fun. With a nice TV Guide article about Sean's teen idol career. Parker's private world. I guess it's not so private because you're going to tell us about it. Oh, lovely spread on Jack Hesty and Shirley Jones. Sweet. Beauty tips from Pamela Sue Martin. Living at home without hassles. I don't think Sean was good about that. He admittedly was not the easiest kid. On set. Make that special boy notice you. Here's Parker taking pictures. Oh, Sean and Parker 10 years from now? Yeah, not quite. Again, this picture feels a lot younger than Sean was at the time of this. I don't understand why they're using these younger photos. Ex-girlfriends tell you what it's like to date Sean Cassidy. I've never seen either of these pictures. Sean explores nature's mysteries. He's like a little kid interested in everything. 20 ways to meet Sean and Parker. Hang around Universal Studios and lose your wallet. Things you'll never guess. Every week, Sean calls his half-brother David in Santa Barbara. Aw, wait, no, I have equal time. Parker. Oreo cookies are his favorite munching. He loves cookies. Did you know that? A record by Farrah. Oh, gosh. Pamela talks about, Scramble Girl. Look, this is that picture that I liked of them with their dad on the show. Well, you know, not their real dad, but Hardy Boy's dad. Sean's growing up in Hollywood. Here he is at an amusement park. It's probably Six Flags. And more pictures with his family. I know, it must have been tough for Parker Stevenson. Sean certainly got the lion's share of attention. It didn't hurt that his family was also big stars, so it made sense that we had photos of them and everything, and people wanted to see them. I guess not so much with Parker's family not being stars. And we finish up Sean's horoscope and Pamela Sue Martin. And, another, come on, really? Picture of Sean Cassidy. No, we're not ending on that picture. Please. And that one's sort of better. It's still not amazing. That one's better. There we go. There's our finish. All right, that's it. That is the magazines I got. And next week, for those of you who are too young to get excited by these, I've got some Spice Girls coming up. So, we're going to move into another era of teen idolry soon.